Like this. Okay, just to the start.
Hello, Michael.
Hello, Serg.
How are you doing?
Oh, everything is fine. Thank you. And you?
Okay too, thank you.
So, what is the topic for today?
International communication. Why English? Why English is the best language for international communication?
I see. So,
Okay, what do you think?
of course, I think these languages, I mean, internet, like we use like international. It's they are changed by time, yeah. But these periods maybe 100 or 50 years. I don't know really. Some economical influence, but of course now it's English, the main language, which the most useful. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Good evening, Ulvi.
Good evening.
How are you?
Thank you. I'm fine. And you?
Oh, not bad, thanks. So we're talking about international communication today, and why English is a good language for international communication. What do you think?
I don't know why it's the international language, but it's the most useful language all over the world. So most people try to learn this language, for increasing their communication with other people who know the English language.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for your opinion. I'll give you 3 names, yeah, or 3 events in the history, and can you tell me in what ways are the following relevant to the history of communications? The Tower of Babel. Have you heard about this? The Tower of Babel?
Could you write the second word? Babel. I see. Yeah. And what is the question?
Okay, how this event, the Tower of Babel, has to do to language? How it's related to languages and communication between people?
As I understand it correctly, it's they use one language, and after this, they try to say, not try, but they separate by groups, and every group start with own dialect or own language.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah. According to the Bible, people spoke one language, and then they worked together to construct a building high enough to reach their paradise. Yeah? And there God saw this, and He stopped them by giving them different languages. Yeah? So then the builders couldn't understand each other. That's the origin of foreign languages, I would say. They're coming from the Babylon, which translates as confusion. when different languages were confused and people stopped understand each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so now we have to learn not thousand, but hundreds languages to be able to communicate. Thanks to those people. Good evening, Mary.
Hello, how are you?
Okay, thanks. Welcome to our discussion about languages and communication.
Thank you.
What is your favorite language? Can you tell?
I don't know. I don't have favorite language. I like
Yeah.
French. I like sounds. French
Mm-hmm.
sound.
Okay.
And Ukrainian. I like how this language sounds.
How does it sound? Okay. And Alexander, good evening to you too.
Hello.
How have you been?
Sorry.
I say, how have you been? How are the things?
It was great.
Okay. Anything new with you?
No, nothing
No,
new.
nothing new, nothing exciting, nothing to share with others. Okay. So we are talking about languages and communication today. Is it difficult to communicate with you, for you, with other people, and especially people who speak in a foreign language?
In foreign language.
Yes.
If I speak, for example, with Thomas, it's very difficult for me.
Mm-hmm.
But if I speak with Madeline, it's a little bit easier.
Okay. What is difficult for you? Like maybe accent or?
I think difficulty is not clear in
Pronunciation. Okay.
Pronunciation, yes. And sometimes when when somebody speaks fast.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you. Well, we're going back to our discussion. What do you know about Esperanto? Anyone? Ulvi, do you know anything about Esperanto?
It's something drink. I know as a drink something. Yeah.
No. No, remember we talk about languages and communication. So it's something about languages. Can you tell me what it is?
Try to guess.
Yes. Mary? Oh, okay.
Like Spanish and something.
Yes. You're close, yes.
Nobody knows?
Michael, tell us.
Okay, it's artificial language, which maybe scientists or just people who learn a lot of things try to not imagine, but try to use and propose new language and which are will useful for all countries. And in this language consists from the different words based from the different words from different languages, and the proposition was like one language in all the world. Yeah, and like how to say like how to say, движение, like
movement.
yeah, like movement from the different people all over. But as I understand, they have a problem with popularization. Yeah, but it's a very interesting idea to use one language in all countries. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Would you like to be able to speak Esperanto?
Of course, but it's the problem which in all you know, in the business the same problem. You need to do something, but people, you know, yeah, I can learn it. Yeah, but I know that not many people in the moment understand it. Yeah, so for me, and you think it's like spending or waste of time. Yeah.
Yeah, waste of time. Yes. Well, actually, according to statistics, between 2 million and 8 million people can speak this language. But of course, if you compare with English, Spanish, or other languages, it's nothing.
But I think maybe the problem is the popularization of English. Yeah, English start to work like Esperanto. I mean, the idea. Yeah.
Yes, like in years ago, Greek language was very popular, was international language. If you know Greek, you could speak to any kind of people. Now English is language for business, for communication, and so on. And another language I would like to ask you about. Do you know anything about Sanskrit? Sanskrit.
Who knows?
Anyone?
No.
Michael, tell us.
Oh.
Michael is like a Wikipedia, a local Wikipedia. He knows everything about languages, don't you, Michael?
But maybe Mary knows.
Mary.
No, Michael, tell us.
It's hard because all the lesson I can talk, but not very polite.
Okay. Alexander, do you know anything about Sanskrit?
I know that nobody know about that.
Okay. Actually, many different languages, including English, originate from this ancient language. It was used for about 3,000 years in India until the 19th century, when modern Indian languages such as Hindu and Bengali became more popular. So now you know more about different languages. My next question is, why do languages, or some languages, die out? Like, for example, Latin. Before, it was very popular language. You know, people used to read in Latin, write in Latin. Now, it's a dead language. Well, why do you think this happened?
I think that the occurrence of new languages led to disappearance of other languages, ancient languages, and also people try to learn, for instance, the English language, the international language, and in this way new generation, yeah, of people, yeah, generation of people forgot their ancient languages. Just all the people speak in their language, and in this way, these languages are forgotten by time.
Okay, thank you. Maria, what do you think? Why some languages just disappearing?
I think Latin language change. It not disappear because English from Latin and French for Latin and Germany, yes.
German language.
German language for Latin. For it's like different people in different land territory speak each other, and it little it is like its language separate for different language, but it's become local. I know there's some.
Okay, so you want to say that one language was divided to different languages? Is that so?
Yes, like our language, we have Ukrainian, Russian, and Belarusian language. But if you read about old Slovenian language, it's absolutely different language, different. Even one syllable can mean something, and not. It was really difficult. Not our language more easy.
So this is a good point. You see, when the language is easier, some languages is easier than other, that language become more popular. Yeah, and then the more people speak in this language, then again, it become more and more popular and more in use. Yeah. Let's say, why do you need to use something difficult, some difficult language, yeah, like Latin, if you can speak something, use something more simple. Alexander, what do you say about this situation? Why some languages disappeared?
I don't know why. Maybe they, maybe other languages push them out.
Okay. Okay. Michael, your opinion?
Yeah, I agree. It depends on the territory, because the Roman Empire was huge, yeah, huge place, and the different countries in this territory, yeah, and of course, like if it's the work like province, yeah, province. So the people use like Russian and Ukraine use like different, not one of them, but something third, yeah, and this way language are changed, yeah, and of course for me it's clear it depends on the educational system. If somebody starts to separate and don't use Latin, yeah, and they use only the German and English, or I don't know. Of course, people do it especially. People who manage, yeah, do it specially for separation people.
Yeah. Or some languages, yeah, were promoted, like with Russian languages, right? Language on the territory of the Soviet Union territory, everyone was forced to study Russian language, and their native language become minor.
Yeah, because it was more useful, yeah. if you work in the capital, yeah, you cannot use a native language.
Yeah, so what's happening with now, let's say, in post-Soviet countries, the native...
It works special for separation. I have no idea, a different idea. So.
Okay. Thank you for your opinion. Do you think English will ever die out? Why or why not? Ulvi.
It's also possible because during the time the language were changing, as you know, in the past also the people didn't have the English language, but it occurs in some period of time, and in the future it's also possible that the English will disappear and something new language will occur and people start to use it. Possible, why not?
Okay, thank you. Mary, do you agree, disagree with this?
Yes, I agree. I think all, do you read 1848 book? I know how to.
1848?
Yes.
Well, I've heard about it, but I haven't read it.
Good example how language can be every day smaller and smaller. I know how, because I can't retail or book, so it's easy. I think yes, all language can disappear because we have many examples.
Okay. Alexander?
I agree with what was said. Of course, it's not without deathful.
Nothing is for eternity. Yeah, everything, things are changing day by day. Yeah. Okay. How different would life be if we all spoke the same language?
Could you? Please?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll repeat the question. Sorry.
No, I understand. Okay, I understand.
For Alexander, yeah. How different would life be if we all spoke the same language?
I think that the life will be a little bit boring because everybody knows the same language and nobody will be interesting or the learning of another languages. So in this way, and also, for instance, when we speak with someone and the third person near to you, you want to
hide.
Yes, you want to hide something from him or her. You will try to speak in another language because you don't know this language. But if everybody knows this language, so it will not be possible to hide something.
I see. Well, you can create another code. Yeah, maybe some people, speak in the same language, but they use code words. That's only they know what does it mean. So I cannot completely agree with you about. Yeah, I agree. Sometimes it's easier to use another language if I want to say something that nobody understands. Yeah, I will speak in English, or I will use another foreign word that's no one could understand. But I think even if you speak in Russian or other language, your native language, you can create something, some code words, you know, that's only you and your partner know.
Yeah, it's also possible, one of the variants.
Okay, so you see, all we think that life would be boring if we speak one language. Alexander, what do you think?
What would be if we speak
yeah. What would life be if we all spoke in the same language?
In the world, right?
Yeah, the whole world speaks the same language.
I think language in different parts of the world will change time by time, and after a lot of 1,000 years, we will get different languages again.
Why? Why do we need different languages? Okay, if after
because now we have different English in different countries like America, USA, British, and Australia, and Scotland, and after time it will be changed, I think.
Okay. Well, imagine everyone in the world speak English, and you could perfectly understand English. You know, you don't have to make efforts to understand, to speak in this language. Would it be?
It's good, but sometimes, for example, I don't understand Ukrainian.
Okay, thank you. And we have another guest here. Is Fiorella? That's right. Can she hear? Hello?
She turned off the microphone.
Yeah, she turned it off. Well, she's gone. Let's continue. Well, we'll continue to. Mary.
I think it's possible, and not. I think it's not possible, but it will be good because everybody understands each other, and life become more simple, and it's good for some document when you work with different country. It's really more easy because you don't need to translate something, and when you want to read something, sometimes book only in English or only in Italy, so it's also good, I think. But I think every country has different climate, different animals, different plants, and they call these animals, plants, and maybe some nature, I don't know, something what happened around. So it's different name which other country doesn't have. So language can't be same.
Okay, thank you, Michael.
For me, it's not a boring and not as a Mary say like impossible, yeah. Because now we can see that the penetration of information, yeah, changed, and you can know all about the animals and plants in every country. You can see it, and so on. And because of that, it's if maybe all of the world connected in one idea, and it's possible. It's possible to change it to one language, and maybe it takes time. Maybe I don't know if it's like long-term project. But you know, 50 years maybe it's not so long. Yeah, maybe if some how to say, some поколения, some
generations.
Yeah, are changed when your parents are talking in this language. Yeah, so we can see how it's work in I don't know, in Russian Empire. Every high class use French. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, to learn it.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't it be nice when you don't have to learn different rules, different words? Yeah, if let's say you want to go to India, yeah, or you want to go to Spain, or you want to go to China, and people speak the same language. Yeah, yeah. Or like Mary said, you want to read a book. It's really, really good book, but it's only in a certain language. Yeah, you have to study this language or in order to read this book. Yeah, documents. I agree with her. A lot of work would be, you know, unnecessary. Translation. Yeah, and probably, you know, I would lose my job of teaching, or, but I think it will do. Or another idea. If you would be nice if you could understand foreign language just like this without any efforts. Yeah? Let's say you speak in Azerbaijani, I speak in Ukrainian, and we understand each other without efforts. Wouldn't it be a great idea? Yeah. Do you think also that speaking one language could bring people of different nations closer together and improve the chances of world peace?
Me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know, maybe it's also possible, because when the people will understand each other exactly, maybe they will have the compromise, and they about religious, yeah? Just tell about the
Well, language, well, I don't quite understand what do you mean about
religion, for instance, Christian, I don't know, different religious. Religion, yeah?
Yeah, well, if you speak the same language, yeah, it might unite you, yeah, in
Yes. And they, these people could found something, some the union religion for them, and it will make the people to be closer to each other and understand each other exactly.
Okay, thank you. Mary, what do you think?
I think it doesn't help because we have situation in the world when near a country wars
Fight with each
with
other.
each other, but they have sometimes same or very very close languages, and it's we can say it about different and a lot of country. So I think it doesn't make close people. Maybe sometimes people when they in the broad and they met people who speak in same language, I think yes. But generally, when people live together, it's not a main factor. Close.
Okay, of course. Yes. Alexander?
Oh, could you repeat the question, please?
Okay. Do you think that speaking one language could bring people of different nations closer together, yeah, and promote the chances of world peace?
No, I don't think that it's.
Why not?
It increase peace in the world. I think because it doesn't matter what language we speak, we can fight and understand each other and about to make nations closer. No, I don't see that, for example, our citizens, in my country get closer in spite of they speak Russian. Understand? I don't think so.
You're so pessimistic.
Yeah, Ulvi is an optimist, so that's good. Michael, do you have to say anything about this?
About
The one language, the speaking one language could bring people closer together or improve the chances of world peace.
yeah, maybe it's like idealistic things, but I think like it's work like addiction. Yeah, so it's more useful for peace than opposite.
Okay, thank you. So approximately 1 in 4 people speak Chinese. Yeah, in many countries, Spanish is the first language. In the light of this information, do you think English is the best choice for an international language? Why or why not?
Okay, in the Chinese language, just speak the Chinese people, yeah?
Yeah.
And I think it's one of the hardest languages to learn. There are too many hieroglyphs, which just one even comma have another meaning, lead to another meaning of the letter. So, but the English more easily than this language. So I think that the English will be easier to use the English than people all the world try to learn the Chinese language during the long time.
Okay, thank you. Mary?
I think English more easier than Chinese and French. So that's why. And we know that now America a very influenced country, and that's why also this language dominant.
Okay.
Maybe in future we have Chinese.
If China takes over. Yeah, okay. Michael?
What is the question? I'm sorry.
Why English? Why English? Not Chinese, not Greek, not other language.
So because of penetration, now a lot of it's like business. If I think the main language which are used in business, yeah, because I don't know, maybe traveling it's it's a great idea, but the real works happened when people try to make agreement or something like that. Yeah, but and now English is very useful in this field. Yeah, so and I think Chinese people understand it, and as I know, they spend a lot of money for education in school. But the problem is that these teachers are not don't know Chinese very well, and it's hard to explain on this low level, yeah, and hard to start. Because if you know something in English, if you have a base, of course it's simpler to make it better. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, and even Chinese work hard to learn English. They want their children to speak English, and there are many advertisements on the newspaper. I see that, if you're an English teacher, come to China and work there.
As I say, maybe in a middle or small towns, they spend one school and pay the salary of teachers maybe $1,000 per month. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What are the advantages and disadvantages of using English as a global language, in your opinion? Ulvi.
Let me think. It's hard to find the advantages and disadvantages. But we talk about the advantages. One of them, as the Mary said, people will understand each other, and there is no reasons for translating, for instance, documents or I don't know the books, for example, for reading. It's one of the advantages to be the English as a global language for communication. I don't know the disadvantage. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can think and tell your ideas later. Okay, Mary.
Advantages learn English.
And this, like, not learning as English as a international global language. Advantages of and disadvantages of this language as international language.
It's more easy for me because it's really easy for French, especially grammar.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And I don't know why. And for me, it's only about influence country, but I know advantages. I think all language the same. Difference only it's difficult or not language.
Okay, Michael.
Could you repeat the question? Because every time I
You got distracted. Yeah. Okay. My question is, what are the advantages and disadvantages of English as a global international language?
advantages. So,
Yeah, pluses and minuses.
maybe it's simpler than other languages, and it's when I say it before, a lot of people now know it, and if you start to learn, you can use it. I mean, the useful is the main reason for learning. Yeah. So.
Okay.
I think it's the main addition. Yeah. So.
Okay. Alexander, are you with us or away? I think Alexander is absent. Okay. If you had a chance to make changes in English language to make it easier, what recommendation or what would you change in English language?
First of all, I will try to change the times. For instance, the I don't know, past simple, past continuous, too many types of senses. Yes, yeah, senses.
Yeah. Okay.
There are too many times which hard to understand for me, for instance, and it will be easy as in a Russian language, just past past, future, and present time.
Present. Mm-hmm.
But not the three different kind of the future time, or
Mm-hmm.
the present time, and the past time.
Past time. Mm-hmm. I see. Mary, what would you change in English language to make it easier?
I don't know, it's not difficult, and time is very important because without time it will be difficult to understand each other. I think maybe a phrasal verb because it's a lot, and I don't know, that's why it's all maybe something. And sometimes when one word has a different a lot
Meaning, yeah. So
yeah.
I agree with you when when one word is a verb. I mean, word is a verb and a noun, and yeah, you can like 10 or more meanings of the same word. It's difficult because you can know only one or two meanings, and you might not know about others. Yeah. Okay, Michael, what did you change or add or maybe remove from English language?
It happened all time. All the languages work like to be more easier, and it happened all time with all languages and with English also.
Mm-hmm. But what would you personally do to make this language easier? Well, let's say would we would prefer to have less tenses, yeah.
But, now people use not so many tenses in real language, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's possible to don't speak hard or how to say with use
eloquent. Yeah, sorry, eloquent to use like impressive speech. Yeah, you can speak simple.
strange words and maybe which are from the I don't know from the science or something like
Okay.
just special words. But if it's if we use more how to say easy language and don't see on the mistakes, yeah. But it happened without our how to say without
our will. It doesn't matter. Or without our interference.
Our participation in the
yeah, participation or interference. I agree. What about irregular verbs? Irregular verbs. Would you still keep them in the language, or you would prefer to remove them from?
Of course, it's will be simpler if you use one rules for the all of the language. It's maybe we don't have a lot of them. Yeah? So, not them.
Mary is laughing. Why are you laughing about?
Not a lot of irregular
verbs.
Irregular verbs.
Maybe because I remember one of them. I don't remember it's video or article about and maybe it's changed by used in different regions, yeah, and it's happened when people transform it in the using in the period of how to say making language, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, when you wouldn't have to think what to use, buy or bought, yeah, or so, see or so or seen in which case, yeah, or yeah, irregular nouns, yeah, let's say some irregular nouns has no logic in it, like mouse, mice, yeah, or goose, geese, and so on. You just need to memorize them in order to.
But if it's work like I say, this is not a problem for native speakers, yeah, because. But
Well, even some native speakers are confused sometimes with all this.
no.
But it's not really so difficult, like verb in French. When you, I, he, she, different endings, so and you have to memorize all of these endings, and it's more difficult, I think, than remember only one form irregular verbs. So it's not really so difficult, I think.
Okay. Have you ever seen the film Anna and the King? Does anyone?
No.
No? No?
No.
Okay, this starring of the film is Jodie Foster. So this film is based on a true story about a woman who taught English at the court of the King of Siam. Now it's in Thailand. So if you're interested, you could watch this film. It's really good, and to see how about efforts of this woman to so to speak make English language more popular.
Because that in that region maybe all of the people use French before the I don't remember 11th or 12th century, yeah. And this idea of separation started to work after that.
Okay.
Can you write the name of this film, please?
Okay. Anna and the King.
Thank you.
And Jodie Foster. If you will look for an actress,
Yeah.
because maybe there will be films with a similar name, so you need to look in particular.
Okay, thank
you. Okay. Have you ever tried to teach anyone a foreign language? Maybe you had experience of teaching. Do you think it's easy or difficult to teach other person to speak another language?
Yeah, actually, one time I have tried to learn my friend to speak in Russian. Actually, not friend, but my relative. Try to learn him to speak in a Russian language. I think it's too hard to learn the person who don't know anything about this language, for instance. So you are trying to learn something, but without the practice, what you teach is a waste of time.
I see. What was the main problem you faced with while teaching?
For instance, you tell him one word, but he didn't remember this word after a few minutes. So even I am trying to learn the German language, yeah. But after one period in the university I studied it, but after the one period I forgot all the words which I learned. So if you didn't use this language, all the words what you learned had been forgotten after the one period of time.
Okay, thank you. Mary, what about you?
I have a lot of cousins, so yes, and I elder, so I did it a lot. I learn with my sister, but it's really very hard. She very bad understand me, and it's but we sometimes learn some text by heart, and it's not easy. But once I teach one boy, and it was easy.
Okay, thank you. Michael, what about you?
No, I never do such kind of, but I never did. Yeah.
Okay. What other ways of communication do you think are good besides language?
What?
What other form of or ways of communication beside the language might be useful?
People who are blind, for instance, try to use the
deaf.
Yeah, deaf. Try to use the signs of hands.
Yeah, sign language.
Yes, the sign language to communicate with each other is one of the ways without speaking.
Okay. And what do you think? Have you ever tried to learn sign language?
No. Why?
Well, again, to communicate.
In the future.
Okay, to be able to communicate with such people, with with disabled people who cannot hear. Anyone? Michael, Mary?
It's too humanist, humanity, yeah.
What do you mean? You mean humiliating?
No, human.
Okay. Well, you can say. I don't quite understand.
So maybe it's humanly.
Okay.
And I think we need to use. We need to focus on the main or most useful languages. As I say, maybe to one of them. But of course, if you live and maybe you have such plan to live, yeah, maybe in France. Of course, you need to learn French. But if you talk about international communication, it's possible to use only English.
Okay.
So, but about your question. So now we have already have programs like Skype, which can translate on the moment of make a translation on the moment of speech. Yeah, you can.
Interesting. I didn't know about this option for Skype.
Yeah, it works. I see it's maybe several times, and it works not so bad. Yeah, you know, I think this way of communication will be huge because you can talk with your phone now.
Yeah.
It's very good. You can ask your phone something and answer in a second. Yeah. So it's possible.
Yeah. I don't remember exactly now, but one man say you as many times a man or person as many languages you know. Yeah, so.
It was Chekhov.
I think now this idea don't work because of IT technologies changed it.
Why? But you can improve your mind, your memory.
But
It's not only you can speak, but you can understand a lot. When you teach, when you learn new language for you, you understand why, where its word come from, and it's really interesting. It's like story of world. That's why, you know, English before was a language for redneck.
Yes.
And in French, really want avoid English word, and they sometimes very funny change some word, like they have different, not computer and not car. So it's really interesting. Learn something new for you and improve yourself. It's
but
not
you need
only
a lot of time for this, and you can two variants spend, I don't know, 2 years, and after that can speak with Spanish people. So and use Skype, and you can talk with them after the meet. What do you choose?
Because I want to learn Spanish, but after maybe in future. Now
I
learn.
not only interest, but using
No.
like
time and your efforts. Yes.
But I can spend my time for watching movie, and it will be maybe for watching bad movie, and maybe better than I learn Spanish, Chinese, and something. I don't know.
You know, we have 8,000 languages, active languages in the world. And of course, it's not possible to learn it all.
Yes, I understand, but some of them you had before Chekhov, yes, and you know how much. Could you repeat your quotation?
Say you as many time person as many languages you know, something like this.
Yes.
I cannot tell you exactly because I think it's some of the Russian writers say Gorky or
No, it's Chekhov.
Oh, Chekhov. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Because I say I can't remember now the source of it.
So that's why it's useful. I think.
All right, guys, it's time to say goodbye. I wish you understanding in all kind of way in and to be successful in English as well. Well, have a good night and thank you for coming.
Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Okay. Goodbye.